I am sharing this recipe with you on a super special day. Today is the anniversary of when I launched the Rich Body channel. Rich Body channel is 1 year old, so happy birthday, and help me celebrate this by sharing my videos, giving my videos a like, and let me know where you are in the world. Let me know if you try any of the recipes, especially the one I'm sharing with you today. Perfect for the summer. Who doesn't want to eat a cooling, sweet dessert on a hot summer day? And I have mastered this to make it into a dairy-free, refined sugar-free, organic, all natural ingredients, and it has so many beautiful layers to it. It's got a raw chocolate outer layer with almonds, a salted flavor on the outside with the almonds, and in the center we have coconut cream. And in the center of the coconut cream with this one, we have blackberry sauce that I made at home. I am going to be using raspberry in the center today. But yes, before we begin, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, share with those who you feel would benefit from my recipes from my channel. And hello, if this is the first time you've landed on the Rich Body channel, my name is Azra and I am a food alchemist, a holistic body transformation mentor, guide, and I specialize in women's health. I'm really passionate about food, our relationship with food, and I am on a mission to transform the way we eat to become one that is filled with medicine, so it suits your body, it works for your season of your life, and also one that is pleasurable. I have worked with countless women over the years, and they come to me, and I was one of them, after trying all these restrictive, calorie counting, really life force draining diets, and they lose their pleasure and connection to food. Yet they also want to keep it healthy, and they also want to keep really nourishing the body. And so I work with women to achieve that. And we also look at our relationship with food. So what we eat matters. When we eat matters absolutely. And this is why I'm really passionate about catering and creating recipes and nourishment maps that suit your body based on what your body is saying, the symptoms, whatever's going on uniquely for you, and plus the state we eat from matters even more. So our emotional and energetic connection to food. So patterns like emotional eating, mindless eating, rushing to eat, these are all the things that I love to get to the deep root cause and alchemize and shift from my clients' lives, because food is medicine. And on another note, I believe that we're moving into a time where women are awakening to their health. Women are taking on board their rhythm, their hormonal rhythm, and we are done with suppressing our health. We are done with overriding symptoms and being in this rushed state. We are taking our bodies with us. We are building success with this foundation, with being in sync, in love, and in a intimate, healthy relationship with our bodies. Food plays a huge role. So welcome to my channel, and I'm so excited to have you here. Okay, let's begin.
The first step is to use your fingers to rub a very thin layer of coconut oil all across the mold sections. This will give you an amazing texture when you pull out the frozen ice creams at the end. Then you want to melt the first half of the chocolate. So you're going to divide the chocolate into two, place it into a bowl of boiling hot water, and then cover the lid and let it melt. Use a spoon to see if the chocolate's liquefied, and if it hasn't, then it might be a good idea to place the pot onto a hob and boil the water for a few minutes and keep checking to see if the chocolate has liquefied, because you want the chocolate to melt properly. Okay, so now that your chocolate's ready, you're going to use a teaspoon to divide the chocolate into 4 sections. And again, what you want to do is spread the chocolate evenly all across the mold, and you're going to keep doing this until you've used all the chocolate. So also you want to pay attention that you spread the chocolate onto the sides as well, because you want, when we add the coconut cream, you really want the coconut cream to sit in the middle and for the chocolate to hold it properly. This is where it can get a bit messy. It's part of the fun. Don't worry about it. And I promise you, it's going to look amazing and taste amazing at the end. I have found that using my hands, my fingers to spread the chocolates is a lot easier than the spoon. So as you can see, I've started off with the spoon, but then I dropped the spoon and I'm using my fingers to get to the corners and on to the sides. And pour your love into the food. Often our heads are we're somewhere else. We're not present. So really, really connect with the texture, with how it feels, and be grateful for the ingredients that's here with you. Okay, so look, now this is done. What we're going to do is cover the ice cream mold with the lid, and we are going to place this into the freezer for about 10 minutes. While that's freezing, now we are going to prepare the coconut cream. Ensure the coconut milk has been refrigerated overnight. This step is so crucial because it allows the water to separate from the cream. We don't want any of the water mixing into the coconut cream that we're going to blend. When you open the can, the cream should be solidified at the top and the water settled at the bottom. So use a tablespoon to scoop the cream and place it into a small, powerful blender. Look, I'm going to show you now how the water is sitting at the bottom of the tin, and that's exactly what you want. Now add the maple syrup and the high-grade organic vanilla powder. You want to use powder with this, not the syrup. Powder works better. And we're going to add a tiny bit of lime for some extra flavor. Oh, this is so important. Bit of lime. You can use lemon if you want. I prefer lime in this. And then you're going to blend it. Actually, give it a good shake and then blend it for 20-30 seconds until creamy. Don't overdo the blending because you don't want the coconut cream to become too soft. It's worth checking to see the blend, the texture, and you're looking for a creamy, fluffy texture like this. So we're now going to pour the cream into a bowl and we're going to refrigerate this for about 10-15 minutes. Oh, make sure you use a teaspoon to get all the cream out from the bottom of the blender, because it will stick at the bottom. You want to utilize the entire mixture. Okay, so now that the coconut cream has rested and the first layer of the chocolate has frozen, now it's time to divide the cream into 4 sections. I'm going to use a spoon and just pour into each ice cream mold, and be mindful that you've split it into 4. Okay, so now we are going to use wooden bamboo sticks and push this into the center. Make sure you leave enough room for the part where you're going to hold the ice cream, and usually there's these white sections at the bottom which allows you to place them in between, and then you're going to use a spoon to make sure there's no gaps. And now the fun part. Ooh, the hidden secret in the center of the ice cream. This is raspberry compote, which I made from fresh organic raspberries that were given to me. Okay, cover with the lid and place this into the freezer for about 15-20 minutes until semi-frozen. Now we're going to crush our almonds. If you haven't bought crushed almonds, you need to crush them. So they're in tiny pieces. You can place this to a side. About 15-20 minutes later, you can start melting the second half of the chocolate by placing it into a pot, just like you did in the first part. And if needed, place it onto the hob. Make sure that the chocolate has become soft and liquid, in a liquid form. It's in a liquid form. So use a teaspoon to check that. So what's really important is that you time the second half of the chocolate with the time that the coconut cream and the raspberry has frozen. Now you want to divide the melted chocolate into 4. And you want to be a bit more fast with spreading this on the top, because the coconut cream is cooler underneath. The chocolate will harden quicker than the one that you placed at the bottom. So don't worry if it's not entirely smooth. We are going to place some crushed almonds and sea salt on the top, so it's going to look more prickly and chunky, that's the whole point. Okay, so that's the final one. Okay, now time to divide the crushed almonds on top. Yum, yum, yum. what you want to be doing is using your fingers to press the almonds into the chocolate so it merges and it sticks. Otherwise all the almonds will fall when you lift the chocolate ice cream to eat it. So spread them equally using your fingers. And now we're going to add the final ingredient, which is the sea salt. You can use Himalayan salt if you wish. I like to use sea salt with this, just to add that flavor in there. And here we go, cover with the lid. And now you're going to place these into the freezer again.
These are ready to set in the freezer, and you can enjoy these in half an hour, 40 minutes. Yeah, so if you give this a go, let me know. And wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful one. For those of you that have been watching, have been sharing my videos, have been enjoying the recipes, thank you for being here, and I shall see you again very soon.